Welcome to Edinburgh, a city where ancient stone lanes, majestic castles, and rolling green hills blend into one unforgettable skyline. In this aerial tour, we'll soar above the historic capital of Scotland, uncovering its breathtaking beauty, legendary landmarks, and stories carved into every corner. From the towering Edinburgh Castle perched on its volcanic rock to the peaceful curves of the water of Leith, you're about to see the city like never before. Our journey takes you over rooftops of medieval closes, across neoclassical facades of the Georgian New Town, and above parks and spires that have witnessed centuries of triumph, tragedy, and tradition. Edinburgh is a city of contrasts. It's home to ancient myths and modern festivals, royal history and underground vaults, winding cobblestone paths and wide city boulevards. Whether it's your first time discovering Edinburgh or you know it well, the view from above reveals something new every time. In this video, we're diving into more than just the views. You'll hear the fascinating stories behind each major landmark, get a taste of Scotland's traditional and modern cuisine, explore where to stay on any budget, and discover hidden local spots that even some residents miss. We've also included tips for saving money and traveling smart, so you can enjoy Edinburgh without overspending. Edinburgh Castle, the fortress on the rock, history, and battles. Edinburgh Castle is more than just a landmark. It is the heart of the city, sitting high above everything on Castle Rock, where you can see the past and present of Scotland all in one place. From the air, the castle looks like a fortress carved from the rock itself, and it has stood here for over 1,000 years. Every stone tells a story of battles, kings, queens, and rebellion. This was once the home of Scottish royalty, and inside the castle you will find the honours of Scotland, which are the oldest crown jewels in the British Isles. You will also find the Stone of Destiny, a symbol of Scottish kingship, which has played a role in coronations for centuries. One of the most striking features of the castle is its military history. It has served as a royal residence, a prison, a stronghold, and a military base. You can even see the 1 o'clock gun fired from the ramparts every day except Sunday, a tradition that started in 1861 to help ships in the harbor set their clocks. From above, you can also spot the dramatic views over the city from the castle walls. On one side is the Royal Mile stretching down through Old Town, and on the other, you can see far out across Prince's Street Gardens and all the way to the Firth of Forth. This castle is more than just a museum. It is a living symbol of Scotland's struggle and pride, and visiting it connects you to centuries of history. It is no wonder it remains one of the most visited spots in all of the United Kingdom. of the old town, royal processions, and stories. Stretching from the grand gates of Edinburgh Castle down to the royal residence of Holyrood Palace, the Royal Mile is the historic spine of the city. From the sky, this cobbled stretch cuts through the heart of the old town, lined with centuries of stories, hidden courtyards, and stunning architecture. The Royal Mile isn't just one road, but a series of streets: Castle Hill, Lawn Market, High Street, and Canongate that together form the mile-long path that royalty would travel between castle and palace. Every stone on this path feels like it's soaked in history. You can see old tenement buildings rising tall and narrow, some dating back to the 16th century. As you glide above the rooftops, you will notice how the Royal Mile is bustling with activity. During the day, street performers, musicians, and visitors fill the thoroughfare. At night, lantern-lit walking tours whisper tales of ghosts, body snatchers, and the city's darker past. Along the way are some of Edinburgh's most iconic spots: St. Giles Cathedral with its crown-shaped steeple, the real Mary King's clothes hidden beneath the street level, and countless museums, whiskey shops, and traditional pubs. But what makes the Royal Mile special is not just its landmarks. It is the way the street brings the city's past into everyday life. Whether you are visiting for the first time or have walked it 100 times, the Royal Mile always reveals something new: a tucked-away alley, an old carving on a wall, or a sudden view of the hills beyond. From above or on foot, the Royal Mile is the heart and soul of historic Edinburgh. Holyrood Palace, royal residence with dramatic history. At the eastern end of the Royal Mile sits one of Edinburgh's most majestic landmarks, Holyrood Palace, also known as the Palace of Holyrood House. This grand royal residence is where centuries of Scottish and British history meet in one stunning location. From above, the palace stands with elegance, framed by the dramatic landscape of Arthur's Seat and Holyrood Park. Holyrood Palace has been a royal residence since the 16th century and is still used today by the British monarch when visiting Scotland. Its symmetrical architecture, formal gardens, and courtyard are clearly visible from the sky, showing off a design that reflects power and tradition. This palace is best known as the home of Mary, Queen of Scots. Her chambers, which visitors can still explore today, witness some of the most dramatic moments in Scottish history, including political plots and personal tragedy. Her story adds a powerful human element to the palace's regal image. Adjacent to the palace are the haunting ruins of Holyrood Abbey, which date back to the 12th century. The roofless Gothic structure stands as a reminder of Scotland's medieval past and religious changes over the centuries. From an aerial view, the transition from the city's stone streets to the green expanse of Holyrood Park happens right at the palace gates. It creates a striking contrast, royalty and nature side by side. Holyrood Palace is more than just a royal home. It is a symbol of Scottish identity, both royal and rebellious. Whether you are drawn by its architecture, its stories, or its peaceful setting, Holyrood Palace is a must-see chapter in Edinburgh's living history. Arthur's Seat, extinct volcano, legends of King Arthur. Rising high above the city skyline, Arthur's Seat is one of Edinburgh's most iconic natural landmarks. It is actually an ancient volcano that forms the main peak of a group of hills in Holyrood Park. From the air, it looks like a wild, rugged landscape that appears untouched by time just minutes away from the busy streets of the city. Standing at over 250 meters tall, Arthur's Seat offers some of the best panoramic views in all of Edinburgh. You can see the entire city below, from the spires of Old Town to the distant waters of the Firth of Forth. It is a place where nature and history come together, and where both locals and visitors escape to breathe, reflect, and take in the beauty of Scotland's capital. The name Arthur's Seat is surrounded by mystery. Some believe it's connected to the legends of King Arthur, while others think it comes from ancient Gaelic or Norse. Whatever the origin, the name adds an air of myth to the dramatic scenery. The climb to the top is part of the experience. There are several paths, some gentle, others more steep, but each one offers a chance to walk in the footsteps of centuries of people who have admired this natural throne above the city. The view from the summit is unforgettable, especially at sunrise or sunset when the golden light covers the city and the hills glow with color. Arthur's Seat is not just a viewpoint. It is a powerful reminder that nature lives right at the heart of Edinburgh. For many, it is the soul of the city. Hill, Athens of the North with breathtaking views. south of Edinburgh's new town, Calton Hill offers a view that captures the very heart of the city. As the camera glides over this historic spot, you can see why it is one of the most photographed places in Scotland. The sweeping views stretch across Old Town, the elegant Georgian buildings of Newtown, and beyond to the Firth of Forth. But Calton Hill is more than just a lookout. It is a place where history and culture come together in a dramatic way. The hill is dotted with remarkable monuments and buildings, each with a story. The most famous is the National Monument, inspired by the Parthenon in Athens. It was intended to honor Scottish soldiers who died in the Napoleonic Wars, but it was never completed. Locals sometimes call it Edinburgh's disgrace, but its unfinished columns give the hill a timeless and romantic feel. Nearby, the Nelson Monument rises like a lighthouse, commemorating Admiral Lord Nelson's victory at Trafalgar. From its top, you can see how the city's past and present sit side by side, from the medieval spires to the modern skyline. Calton Hill has also long been a creative space. Writers, artists, and thinkers have walked its paths for generations, inspired by the view and the peace above the busy streets. It is still a gathering place for festivals, especially during Beltane, a traditional fire celebration that draws people from around the world. Whether you visit at sunrise when the city is just waking up, or at dusk when the lights begin to twinkle, Calton Hill offers one of the most magical views in Edinburgh. It is a place where every stone has a story and every glance brings something new to discover. Scott Monument, Gothic tribute to Sir Walter Scott. As we soar over Princes Street in the heart of Edinburgh, one structure rises above the bustling shops and gardens with striking Gothic beauty: the Scott Monument. Dark, dramatic, and intricately detailed, it stands as one of the most iconic and photographed landmarks in the city. The Scott Monument was built to honor Sir Walter Scott, one of Scotland's most beloved writers. Completed in the mid-19th century, this towering spire is the largest monument in the world dedicated to a writer. At over 200 feet tall, it is hard to miss, and even harder to forget. From the air, you can see the monument's countless spires, arches, and carved figures that look like they belong in a medieval cathedral. But this is no place of worship. It is a celebration of imagination, storytelling, and Scottish pride. At its base sits a marble statue of Scott himself, seated with his loyal dog Maida, gazing out over the city he loved. Visitors can climb the narrow spiral staircase to enjoy panoramic views over Princes Street Gardens, the Old and New Towns, and beyond to the hills. But even if you never set foot inside, the monument makes an impression. It is a place where architecture and literature meet, where stone tells a story, and where history is honored in grand, unforgettable style. The Scott Monument is not just a tribute to one man. It is a symbol of the rich literary and cultural heritage that defines Edinburgh. From this height, with the city stretching in every direction, it is easy to see why this place has inspired so many words, poems, and dreams. Greyfriars Kirkyard, Ghost Tales, Greyfriars Bobby. As we glide gently over the rooftops of Edinburgh's Old Town, we arrive at one of the city's most atmospheric and storied spots, Greyfriars Kirkyard. This historic graveyard, surrounded by centuries-old stone walls and shadowed by ancient trees, is more than just a final resting place. It is a place of legends, inspiration, and deep emotion. Point 4. Dating back to the 16th century, Greyfriars Kirkyard holds the remains of many notable Scots, including poets, scholars, and political figures. The weathered headstones and elaborate tombs speak to the passage of time and the layers of history buried beneath the ground. But what draws so many visitors here is the blend of history and myth. One of the most beloved tales is that of Greyfriars Bobby, a small Skye Terrier who kept vigil at his owner's grave for 14 years. His loyalty touched the hearts of the people of Edinburgh, and today a statue of Bobby stands just outside the gates, a symbol of devotion known around the world. The kirkyard is also said to have inspired parts of the Harry Potter series. Fans come in search of familiar names etched into old stones, including a certain Tom Riddle, adding a magical layer to this already fascinating place. From above, you can see the way the kirkyard is tucked into the city, nestled beside Greyfriars Kirk and surrounded by Edinburgh's historic buildings. It is quiet, mysterious, and hauntingly beautiful. A place where the past lingers in the air and every shadow has a story. Greyfriars Kirkyard is not just a cemetery. It is a place where history lives, where legends are remembered, and where you feel the soul of Edinburgh whispering through the stones. St. Giles Cathedral, heart of religious history in Scotland. Now, let's soar toward the heart of the Royal Mile, where the skyline is crowned by the distinctive crown-shaped spire of St. Giles Cathedral. This magnificent building is not just a place of worship, but a powerful symbol of Scotland's religious and political heritage. St. Giles Cathedral, also known as the High Kirk of Edinburgh, dates back to the 12th century. Though it has seen many changes through the centuries, from medieval expansion to Reformation upheaval, it remains one of the city's most iconic landmarks. Its Gothic architecture, with detailed stonework and flying buttresses, is both imposing and elegant from above. As we fly closer, the roof's crowned steeple becomes even more striking. This unique design has made the cathedral instantly recognizable and sets it apart from any other building in the city. Inside, the cathedral is just as impressive. Stained glass windows fill the space with color and light, and the Thistle Chapel is a hidden gem, richly decorated and home to the Order of the Thistle, Scotland's highest order of chivalry. St. Giles has been at the center of many historic events. It was a key location during the Scottish Reformation and remains a place where major national ceremonies are held. Despite all the changes around it, the cathedral has stood firm, a spiritual anchor on Edinburgh's most historic street. Seen from above, with crowds moving below and the old stones glowing in the soft Scottish light, St. Giles Cathedral tells the story of a nation. It's a place of tradition, resilience, and quiet grandeur. Whether you're drawn by faith, history, or simply beauty, St. Giles is a must-see stop on your journey through Edinburgh. Village, quiet, postcard-perfect neighborhood. Now let's glide just a short distance west of the city centre to discover one of Edinburgh's most peaceful and picturesque spots, Dean Village. Nestled along the banks of the water of Leith, this hidden gem feels like a world away from the busy streets of the old and new towns. Dean Village was once a milling community, with a history stretching back over 800 years. Its name comes from the word Dean, meaning a deep valley. During the 19th century, the village thrived with water-powered grain mills, and you can still see traces of that past in the architecture. As we float above, look at the old stone houses, narrow cobbled streets, and the beautiful red brick well court, built in the 1880s to house mill workers. What makes Dean Village so special is how untouched and calm it feels. The sound of the river, the gentle curves of the stone bridges, and the lush greenery make it feel more like a countryside village than a part of Scotland's capital. From above, you'll notice how the village is embraced by nature, with trees leaning over the water and ivy climbing up old walls. This is the perfect place for a peaceful walk or to take a break from sightseeing. Locals come here to relax, and photographers love capturing its timeless beauty. The Water of Leith walkway runs right through the village, leading you toward the Gallery of Modern Art or onward to Stockbridge. Dean Village is not just beautiful, it's a reminder of the city's working class roots and how history can be preserved in quiet, meaningful ways. It's one of those places that visitors often stumble upon by accident, and then remember forever. Fourth bridge, a marvel of engineering on the coast. As we move further out from the heart of Edinburgh, our aerial journey takes us to one of Scotland's most remarkable engineering landmarks, the Forth Bridge. Stretching across the Firth of Forth, this striking red cantilever railway bridge has become an icon of Scottish innovation and strength. Completed in 1890, the Forth Bridge was considered a marvel of its time. It still is. It was the first major structure in Britain to be built entirely from steel, using over 50,000 tons of it. The design, with its massive triangular supports, looks almost like something from science fiction, but every curve and angle serves a purpose. The bridge had to be strong enough to handle powerful winds and the weight of heavy trains, all while spanning more than 2.5 kilometers of water. From above, the bridge dominates the landscape, with the calm waters of the Firth below and the green banks of South Queensferry and North Queensferry on either side. It's not just an active rail line, it's also a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognized for its historical and architectural significance. Watching trains move across it from this bird's-eye view is like watching the pulse of Scotland's past and present at once. It's a reminder of the country's industrial heritage, of progress and connection. And just next to it, you'll see the more modern Forth Road Bridge and the Queensferry crossing, creating a trio of spans that link the Lothians to Fife. Visiting the Forth Bridge is a favorite day trip from Edinburgh, with plenty of photo opportunities and charming seaside views. But seeing it from above, in the golden light of day, gives it a whole new sense of scale and majesty. Must-try dishes. Scotland is a land of deep traditions, bold flavors, and comfort food that warms you to the bone. Edinburgh, as the capital, brings this culinary heritage to life in every corner of the city, from pubs and street vendors to gourmet restaurants and old-school bakeries. In this section, we're diving into some of the must-try dishes you simply cannot miss while visiting Edinburgh. Haggis with neeps and tatties. Let's begin with the dish most people think of when they hear the word Scotland. Haggis is a bold and hearty meal made from a mix of sheep's heart, liver, and lungs blended with oatmeal, suet, onions, and spices. It's traditionally cooked inside a casing until it's rich and flavorful. The texture is soft and crumbly, and the taste has a peppery kick that surprises many first-timers in a good way. It's usually served with neeps and tatties, that's mashed turnips and mashed potatoes, which balance out the boldness of the haggis perfectly. You can find it all over the city, from classic pubs to fine dining spots. Some places even offer creative versions like haggis fritters or haggis burgers. If it's your first time in Edinburgh, tasting haggis is something you simply have to do. two savory pastries are local favorites, and once you try them, you'll understand why. A Scotch pie is usually filled with spicy minced meat, often mutton or beef, and wrapped in a thick, firm crust that makes it perfect for eating on the go. It's the kind of quick bite that fits right into a busy day of sightseeing. A bridie is similar but has a flakier pastry and a filling that often includes onions along with the meat. It's shaped more like a half moon and tends to be juicier than a Scotch pie. You'll find both in bakeries and butcher shops all over Edinburgh. They're great for lunch or a filling snack. Head to places like the Pie Maker or Old Jock's Pie Shop to get an authentic taste. Skink. This thick and creamy soup comes from the northeast of Scotland but is loved throughout the country, especially in Edinburgh. It's made with smoked haddock, potatoes, and onions, and it's finished off with milk or cream to give it a silky texture. The smoked haddock brings a rich, deep flavor that makes the soup feel comforting and satisfying. It's often served with warm bread and works perfectly as either a starter or a full meal on a chilly day. You'll find Cullen skink on the menu at many traditional Scottish restaurants in the city. It's one of those dishes that feels like a warm hug in a bowl. Cranachan. To end your meal on a sweet note, try cranachan, a dessert that feels light and fresh but still full of Scottish character. It's made from whipped cream, toasted oats, raspberries, honey, and a touch of whiskey. The layers of sweet and tart, soft and crunchy, creamy and spirited, make this dessert both fun and elegant. It's often served in glass cups or bowls, showing off the colorful layers. Cranachan is especially popular in summer when Scottish raspberries are in season, but many restaurants offer it year-round. Some places add little twists like white chocolate or other berries, but the classic version is the one you should start with. Each of these dishes is a window into Scottish culture. They're not just meals, they tell stories of tradition, creativity, and comfort. Whether you're sitting down for a full dinner or grabbing a quick bite while exploring the city, Edinburgh has a food scene that will satisfy your curiosity and your appetite. Try them all if you can, and don't be afraid to ask locals for their favorite places to eat. They'll often lead you to the best kept secrets. Where to eat. Edinburgh is not just a city of stories and stone, it's also a city that knows how to eat well. Whether you are in the mood for something traditional, something luxurious, or something totally unexpected, you will find it here. In this section, we are taking you to 4 great places to eat in Edinburgh, each with its own vibe and special flavor. These are not just good restaurants, they are places that help you experience the heart of the city. By the castle. Located right next to Edinburgh Castle, the Witchery is one of the most atmospheric dining spots in the city. Step inside and you'll feel like you have been transported back in time. The restaurant is filled with candlelight, dark wood, rich fabrics, and stained glass windows. It is romantic, dramatic, and unforgettable. But the real magic is in the food. The menu features high-end Scottish cuisine using fresh local ingredients. Think Scottish lobster, fillet of Angus beef, and rich game dishes. The wine list is massive, with selections from all over the world. It is on the pricier side, but if you are looking to treat yourself or celebrate a special moment, this is the place to do it. And the views outside? They're just as amazing as what's on your plate. Howie's Restaurant. If you want a place that delivers great value without losing quality or charm, Howie's is a perfect choice. There are a few Howie's locations around Edinburgh, but the one on Waterloo Place is especially popular with locals and visitors alike. The setting is warm and relaxed, the service is friendly, and the food feels like a hug from Scotland itself. They offer classic dishes like haggis, smoked salmon, and sticky toffee pudding. The ingredients are fresh, seasonal, and sourced from Scottish farms and waters. One of the best parts? They have great lunch deals and early dinner specials that make this a smart choice if you are exploring the city on a budget. If you want traditional food without the tourist feeling, Howie's is a solid go-to. Edinburgh. This one is a bit of a twist. Dishoom is inspired by the old Irani cafes of Bombay, but it fits beautifully in the heart of Edinburgh's St. Andrew's Square. The interiors are full of vintage charm and quiet elegance, and the service is attentive but relaxed. It is not traditional Scottish fare, but it has become a favorite among locals. The menu is full of rich, flavorful Indian dishes from smoky grilled meats to creamy lentil stews, buttery naan, and slow-cooked biryanis. The breakfast menu is also amazing, with their famous bacon naan roll stealing the show. The prices are reasonable, and the whole experience feels thoughtful and well-crafted. If you are looking to shake things up and try something outside of traditional Scottish food, Dishoom is a great pick. Oink. Sometimes, simple is best. And if you are wandering through the streets of the old town or near the grass market, the smell of roast pork might lead you straight to Oink. This is not a fancy restaurant, it is more like a no-frills food stop with one thing on the menu: pulled pork rolls. But they do it so well that it has become one of Edinburgh's favorite quick eats. You choose your roll size, pick your topping, stuffing, haggis, or apple sauce, and they serve it fresh and hot, with perfectly crisp crackling on top. It is filling, affordable, and bursting with flavor. Oink is great when you are on the go and want something local, fast, and satisfying. Just be ready for a line around lunchtime, because it is that popular. Each of these places tells a different story of Edinburgh's food culture. Whether you want something grand and elegant or quick and bold, this city delivers. From traditional flavors to global influences, you are never far from a good meal. Take your time to explore, try a little of everything, and most importantly, enjoy every bite. The best meals in Edinburgh are not just about the food, they are about the moment, the place, and the people you share it with. Accommodation recommendations. Luxury hotels. If you are looking to stay in Edinburgh in style, the city has some truly exceptional luxury hotels that offer more than just a place to sleep. These are historic, elegant, and full of character, perfect for travelers who want comfort, service, and atmosphere all in one. In this section, let's explore 3 of the most iconic luxury accommodations in Edinburgh. The Balmoral Hotel. Right in the heart of the city at the east end of Princes Street stands the Balmoral Hotel, one of the most recognizable landmarks in Edinburgh. With its grand clock tower and elegant sandstone exterior, the Balmoral is more than just a hotel, it's part of the city's skyline. Inside, the luxury continues with beautifully designed rooms and suites, combining classic Scottish charm with modern comfort. The service is impeccable and warm, the kind that makes you feel genuinely welcome. One of the highlights is its Michelin-starred restaurant, number 1, offering a fine dining experience that draws food lovers from all over. There's also a refined afternoon tea in the Palm Court, a soothing spa, and stunning views of Edinburgh Castle and the Old Town. Staying here feels like stepping into a classic novel, and it places you right at the crossroads of the city's history and its vibrant present. Waldorf Astoria, Edinburgh, the Caledonian. Originally built as part of the old railway station, the Waldorf Astoria is another Edinburgh treasure. Known locally as the Cayley, this 5-star hotel sits at the west end of Princes Street and delivers a mix of Victorian elegance and timeless luxury. Its location gives you stunning views of Edinburgh Castle, especially if you stay in one of the castle-facing rooms. The interiors are polished and sophisticated, and the service is professional yet relaxed. Guests can enjoy a high-end spa, complete with an indoor pool and sauna, and dine at two stylish restaurants that focus on local ingredients and seasonal flavors. It's a perfect choice for travelers who want to be close to the action but also want a calm, refined retreat at the end of the day. Whether you're here for the history, the food, or the scenery, the Waldorf Astoria brings it all together with style. Prestonfield House. For a completely different experience, just a short drive from the city center, you'll find Prestonfield House, a luxury escape set within lush parkland. This historic 17th century mansion feels like a countryside estate, but it's still within easy reach of Edinburgh's main sights. The rooms are lavish and theatrical, with rich fabrics, antiques, and bold color schemes. It's the kind of place where every corner feels like it belongs in a painting. The dining experience here is just as special. The hotel's restaurant, Rhubarb, serves seasonal Scottish cuisine in a dramatic yet cozy setting. You can enjoy breakfast while looking out onto peacocks strolling the gardens. The service is warm and personal, with attention to every little detail. If you're looking for a romantic escape or a peaceful break from the bustle of the city, Prestonfield House is unforgettable. Luxury in Edinburgh is more than just comfort, it's about character, history, and a sense of place. These hotels offer experiences that you'll remember long after your trip is over. Whether you prefer to stay in the center of the action or unwind in a peaceful retreat, Edinburgh has a luxury stay that will feel just right for you. Mid-range hotels. Not everyone wants luxury, and not everyone is traveling on a tight budget. That sweet spot in the middle is where you find great value, comfortable stays, solid amenities, and prime locations without breaking the bank. Edinburgh has no shortage of excellent mid-range hotels, and these options are perfect for travelers who want style and convenience without spending too much. Let's take a look at 3 standout mid-range stays in the city. Apex Grassmarket Hotel. Located right in the heart of the Old Town, the Apex Grassmarket Hotel puts you in the middle of Edinburgh's historic charm and buzzing nightlife. It is just a short walk from the Royal Mile and Edinburgh Castle, which means you can explore the city's top sights on foot with ease. The rooms are modern, bright, and surprisingly spacious, offering everything you need for a comfortable stay. Some rooms even offer castle views, which is a treat you do not always find in this price range. The hotel also has a small fitness center and a heated indoor pool, which is a nice bonus after a day of walking the cobbled streets. There's also an on-site restaurant, but you're just steps away from some of the city's best pubs and cafes. For location, comfort, and value, the Apex Grassmarket Hotel is a top pick. Place Hotel. If you are looking for something slightly quieter but still close to everything, 10 Hill Place Hotel is a smart choice. It is owned by the Royal College of Surgeons of Edinburgh, which adds a unique and academic character to the place. Located near Surgeons Hall and just a few blocks from the Royal Mile, it offers a peaceful stay while keeping you within walking distance of all the major attractions. The rooms are sleek, clean, and equipped with quality beds and modern bathrooms. The hotel is known for excellent service and attention to detail. They have a restaurant that serves locally sourced dishes and a bar with a solid whiskey selection. It's a great base for those who want a relaxing atmosphere with reliable amenities in a well-connected part of the city. Ibis Styles Edinburgh Centre St Andrew's Square. For travelers who want a playful, stylish, and centrally located option, Ibis Styles on St Andrew's Square is a winner. It is located in the new town, close to Waverley Station, Princes Street shopping, and a wide range of restaurants and cafes. The hotel design is fresh and modern, with colorful decor and clever use of space. Rooms are smaller than some other options, but they're bright, comfortable, and well-equipped with everything you need. Breakfast is included, which adds value, and there's a lively bar and lounge area perfect for relaxing after a day out. What sets this hotel apart is its location. It is right in the middle of the action, making it easy to explore both the old town and new town. If you want comfort and convenience with a touch of fun, this is a great spot. Mid-range hotels in Edinburgh can offer fantastic experiences if you choose wisely. These three options give you a mix of style, comfort, and unbeatable locations. Whether you want castle views, a quiet retreat, or easy access to shops and restaurants, you will find a place that feels just right for your trip. Budget-friendly hotels. Traveling to Edinburgh on a budget does not mean you have to give up comfort or a good location. The city offers several fantastic budget-friendly accommodations that combine value with atmosphere and smart design. Whether you are a solo traveler, a backpacker, or just someone who prefers to save money on accommodation and spend more on experiences, Edinburgh has great options. Let's look at 3 of the best budget-friendly places to stay. Castle Rock Hostel. Castle Rock Hostel is a classic favorite for budget travelers visiting Edinburgh. Located just steps away from the entrance to Edinburgh Castle, it is hard to beat this spot when it comes to location. The building itself has a bit of old-world charm, with stone walls and quirky decor that reflects the city's character. Inside, you will find shared dorms and common areas that are always full of life. This is the kind of place where it is easy to meet other travelers, swap stories, and even find companions for your next adventure. They also have a big lounge area, a movie room, and even themed nights to help guests connect. The staff are friendly and knowledgeable, often sharing local tips to help you make the most of your time in Edinburgh. Castle Rock is ideal for anyone looking for a social vibe and a prime old town location at a very affordable price. Cobbled hostels, the Court. Cobbled hostels offer a more modern twist on the traditional hostel experience. Located in the old town just off the Royal Mile, the Court is set inside a historic courthouse and jail, which adds a unique flavor to your stay. But don't worry, it's been completely renovated with sleek pod-style beds that offer more privacy than a typical dorm. Each pod comes with a reading light, charging ports, and a curtain for your own space. The interior is clean and modern, and the vibe is more quiet and relaxed compared to party hostels. You also get access to a shared kitchen, a lounge, and clean bathrooms. It is perfect for digital nomads or solo travelers who want privacy, comfort, and a central location, all without going over budget. If you like hostels but want something a little more high-tech and secure, Cobbled is a great choice. Kick-ass hostel. Just down the street from Castle Rock is another popular option, Kick-ass hostel. With its bold name and lively energy, this hostel attracts young travelers looking for both fun and convenience. Located in the Grass Market area, it puts you right in the middle of cafes, bars, and historic streets. The hostel has large common areas, an in-house bar with happy hours and events, and a strong backpacker community vibe. The rooms range from private options to large dorms, and everything is clean and well managed. What makes this place stand out is its social atmosphere. From pub crawls to live music and trivia nights, there is always something happening. If you are traveling with friends or hoping to meet new people, Kick-ass offers a balance of fun, budget pricing, and a solid central location. Staying on a budget in Edinburgh does not mean missing out. These three hostels prove that you can sleep comfortably, stay central, and enjoy a rich experience without spending too much. Whether you are after social vibes, modern privacy, or classic charm, there is a budget-friendly option that fits your style. Best neighborhoods. When choosing where to stay in Edinburgh, your experience will be shaped not just by your hotel but by the neighborhood you stay in. Each area in the city offers something different, from historic streets and lively pubs to peaceful parks and waterfront views. Whether you are visiting for the first time or returning to explore deeper, picking the right neighborhood can add a special touch to your trip. Let's take a closer look at 4 of the best neighborhoods to stay in while visiting Edinburgh. Old Town, History and Walkability. If it is your first time in Edinburgh, Old Town is where you want to be. This is the historic heart of the city, home to Edinburgh Castle, the Royal Mile, and centuries-old buildings. The atmosphere is rich with stories, and the cobbled streets give you that classic Scottish charm at every corner. Staying here means you can walk to many of the main landmarks, join a ghost tour, or just enjoy the character of the narrow closes and stairways. Accommodation ranges from luxury hotels to budget hostels, so there is something for every traveler. If you want to step out of your door and immediately feel the soul of the city, Old Town delivers. New Town, Architecture and Shopping. Just across Princes Street lies New Town, known for its elegant Georgian architecture and wide streets. It has a more refined and polished feel compared to the medieval vibe of Old Town. This is the place to stay if you love boutique shopping, stylish cafes, and neoclassical buildings. You will find beautiful townhouses, designer stores, and plenty of restaurants with outdoor seating. It is still very central, so you can easily walk to Old Town and other attractions. If your style leans toward art galleries, quiet gardens, and beautiful city views, New Town is a great base. Leith, waterside charm and food. For something a little different, head north to Leith. Once a separate town, it has now become one of Edinburgh's coolest neighborhoods. Located by the waterfront, Leith mixes old docks and new development with creative energy and a strong local feel. It is the place for food lovers. Many of Edinburgh's best restaurants, including Michelin-starred ones, are here. You will also find cozy pubs, street art, and indie shops. Staying in Leith gives you a more relaxed vibe while still being just a short bus or tram ride from the city centre. It is ideal if you want to experience Edinburgh beyond the usual tourist paths. Bruntsfield and Morningside, calm and green. If you are looking for a quieter, more residential feel, consider Bruntsfield or Morningside. These neighborhoods are just south of the city center and offer a peaceful escape with lots of greenery, local shops, and a strong community feel. You will find charming cafes, independent bookstores, and parks like the Meadows nearby. It is a favorite area for locals, students, and families, so you get a sense of everyday Edinburgh life. While it is not as packed with tourist attractions, the quality of life here is high, and the city center is still within easy walking or bus distance. This is a great spot if you want comfort and calm with a bit of local authenticity. No matter what kind of traveler you are, Edinburgh has a neighborhood that suits your style. Whether you want to be in the middle of the action, explore arts and fashion, relax by the water, or enjoy a slower pace, choosing the right area will help you make the most of your visit. Gems and local secrets. Dr. Neil's Garden, secret botanical beauty. Tucked away on the edge of Duddingston Loch, just a short walk from Arthur's Seat, lies one of Edinburgh's most peaceful and hidden treasures, Dr. Neil's Garden. This is the kind of place that feels like a secret, even to many locals. Often called Edinburgh's secret garden, it is not listed on every guidebook, and that is exactly what makes it so special. Dr. Neil's Garden was created in the 1960s by Drs. Nancy and Andrew Neil, a husband and wife medical team who wanted to provide a healing, tranquil space for their patients. Today, that vision has blossomed into one of the most enchanting gardens in the city. As soon as you enter, you are surrounded by colorful flowers, winding stone paths, shaded benches, and views of the loch that feel like something from a fairy tale. What makes this garden extra special is the atmosphere. It is almost completely silent except for the birds, the breeze, and the sound of your own footsteps. It is the perfect place to slow down, take a breath, and escape the busy city. Whether you are a nature lover, a photographer, or just someone who appreciates a quiet moment, Dr. Neil's Garden is a spot that stays with you long after you leave. It is free to enter, and because it is so under the radar, you might have the whole place to yourself. If you are exploring Holyrood Park or nearby Duddingston Village, take the extra time to visit. This hidden garden shows a softer, more personal side of Edinburgh, a side that is full of care, calm, and natural beauty. Writers' Museum, tucked between historic closes. The museum is dedicated to three of the country's most celebrated writers: Robert Burns, Sir Walter Scott, and Robert Louis Stevenson. These are not just names in books. They helped shape the identity and voice of Scotland, and here you get to see their world up close. The collection includes rare manuscripts, personal letters, portraits, and even some of their belongings, like Robert Burns' writing desk and Stevenson's writing boots. Housed in a 17th century building that feels like it was pulled straight from the pages of a novel, the Writers' Museum is as atmospheric as it is educational. Creaking wooden floors, spiral staircases, and low ceilings give it a cozy, almost magical feel, as if the writers might walk in at any moment. This is a peaceful place, often missed by the crowds, where you can reflect on the power of words and storytelling. It is also completely free to enter, making it one of the best no-cost cultural stops in the city. If you love literature, history, or just want a quiet spot to connect with Edinburgh's creative soul, the Writers' Museum is a must-see that truly captures the spirit of Scotland's storytellers. Circus Lane, picture-perfect street in Stockbridge. Tucked away in the heart of the new town, Circus Lane is one of the most picturesque and peaceful streets in all of Edinburgh. This charming cobbled lane looks like something straight out of a storybook, lined with ivy-covered stone cottages, brightly painted front doors, and bursts of flowers spilling from window boxes. It is no wonder Circus Lane has become a favorite spot for photographers and those looking for a quiet escape from the busy city centre. Originally built as a service lane in the 18th century, it was where coach houses and stables were tucked behind the grand homes of Royal Circus. But today, it's a sought-after residential street with a cozy village feel, even though it's just minutes away from bustling areas like Stockbridge and Princes Street. As you stroll along Circus Lane, you get a sense of timeless charm. Look up and you'll see the spire of St. Stephen's Church rising above the rooftops, creating a perfect backdrop for a photo or just a moment of quiet appreciation. There are no tourist signs, no crowds, just an authentic slice of Edinburgh life. Circus Lane is especially magical in the early morning or golden hour when the soft light adds to its already enchanting atmosphere. It is not just a place to see, it's a place to slow down and savor. Whether you're an Instagram enthusiast or just someone who appreciates beauty in everyday places, Circus Lane is a hidden gem worth discovering. Obscura rooftop, unique perspective of the city. Right next to the entrance of Edinburgh Castle sits one of the city's most underrated viewpoints, the rooftop terrace of Camera Obscura and World of Illusions. While the museum itself is a funhouse of optical tricks and interactive exhibits, the real hidden gem is found at the very top. Climb up through the winding floors filled with mirrors, mazes, and mind-bending illusions, and you'll reach a small open-air rooftop that offers some of the best panoramic views in Edinburgh. From this high perch, you can see the full sweep of the Royal Mile stretching out below, the towers of St. Giles Cathedral, the spires of the new town, and the distant peaks of Arthur's Seat and the Pentland Hills. What makes this spot special is how central and yet surprisingly peaceful it feels. Most people come for the museum and miss just how breathtaking this rooftop can be, especially on a clear day or just before sunset. It's a great place to take a moment, snap a few pictures, and take in the layered beauty of Edinburgh's skyline. It's also one of the few places where you can really appreciate the contrast of old and new in the city, from centuries-old stone buildings to the modern structures in the distance. Whether you're a photographer, a traveler hunting for the best views, or just someone who enjoys a good lookout, the Camera Obscura rooftop is a must-visit hidden gem in the heart of the Old Town. Saving hack and pro tips. Traveling to Edinburgh does not have to break the bank. With a few smart choices and local tips, you can experience the best of the Scottish capital while keeping your budget in check. Let's walk through some of the best saving hacks and pro tips that every visitor should know before setting off. One of the easiest and most effective ways to save money while getting around Edinburgh is by using the Ride card. This card gives you unlimited travel on Lothian buses and Edinburgh trams, including services to and from the airport. If you're planning to stay for a few days and move around the city often, the Ride card will definitely pay off. You can hop on and off as you explore neighborhoods, visit landmarks, or simply enjoy the ride through different parts of the city. You don't have to worry about calculating exact fares or constantly buying single tickets. Another fantastic free experience in the city is the National Museum of Scotland. Not only is it free to enter, but it's also one of the most impressive museums in the UK. Inside, you'll find exhibits ranging from ancient Scottish artifacts to interactive science installations and world cultures. You can easily spend a couple of hours, or even a full afternoon, here. And if you head up to the rooftop terrace, you'll be rewarded with a beautiful view over the city skyline, also at no cost. For those looking to enjoy the beauty of Edinburgh from above, skip the pricey observation decks and go for one of the best free activities in the city: climbing Arthur's Seat or Calton Hill. Arthur's Seat is an ancient volcano and the highest point in Holyrood Park. The hike up takes about 30 to 45 minutes and gives you sweeping views over the city and beyond. If you're looking for something shorter and easier, Calton Hill is your go-to. Located right in the city center, it offers panoramic views and iconic photo spots, all without spending a single coin. Now, let's talk food. Eating out in Edinburgh doesn't have to be expensive, especially if you know when and where to go. Many pubs and restaurants offer lunch deals or early bird specials. These are usually available if you dine before 6 p.m. and can include 2 or 3 courses for a reduced price. These menus often include traditional Scottish dishes like haggis, fish and chips, or hearty soups, so you're not only saving money, but you're also tasting the local culture. You can find some of the best value in areas like Newington, Leith Walk, and Toll Cross, where locals eat and prices are often lower than in the tourist-heavy Royal Mile area. Don't forget about free walking tours. Edinburgh is a city full of stories, legends, and hidden corners. Joining a walking tour is a great way to learn the history and get your bearings when you first arrive. There are several companies that run free tours, especially around the Old Town and the Royal Mile. These tours are often led by passionate locals or students, and while they are technically free, it's a kind gesture to tip your guide if you enjoyed the experience. It's still way cheaper than a paid guided tour and usually a lot more personal. When it comes to attractions, always check online in advance. Many museums and galleries have one free day or offer discounted entry during off-peak hours. The Writers' Museum, the Museum of Edinburgh, and the People's Story Museum are all free and give you a unique look at the city's literary and social history. If you're staying for more than a few days, consider booking accommodations that include breakfast. This gives you a solid meal to start your day and helps you avoid spending money on cafe breakfasts every morning. Hostels and ghost houses around Edinburgh often include a buffet or a traditional Scottish breakfast with your stay. Another tip is to explore on foot. Edinburgh is a very walkable city. Most of the top attractions are located within a reasonable walking distance from each other. Whether you're walking from the castle to Holyrood Palace or meandering through Prince's Street Gardens, you're saving transport costs and experiencing the charm of the city up close. Tap water in Edinburgh is clean, fresh, and totally drinkable, so bring a reusable water bottle with you. You'll save money and avoid buying plastic bottles throughout the day. Finally, if you're visiting during festival season like the Edinburgh Fringe or the International Festival, look for free or donation-based performances. There are hundreds of shows happening across the city, and many of them don't require tickets or fixed fees. You can see street performers, comedians, musicians, and theater acts, all while staying on budget. So whether it's climbing a hill for stunning city views, getting around with an unlimited ride-a-card, taking advantage of local food deals, or exploring world-class museums for free, Edinburgh offers plenty of ways to stretch your travel budget. With just a bit of planning and local insight, you can enjoy a rich and unforgettable experience without spending more than you need. Now you're ready to explore smarter, spend wiser, and get the most out of your time in this incredible Scottish city. Just like that, our aerial journey above the timeless city of Edinburgh comes to a close. We've flown above the dramatic silhouette of Edinburgh Castle, standing proud on Castle Rock. We've followed the Royal Mile from the heights, where every stone whispers stories of monarchs, poets, and rebels. We've glided past the Gothic spires of St. Giles Cathedral, caught the green charm of Prince's Street Gardens, and marveled at Arthur's Seat, rising in quiet contrast to the energy of the streets below. Through this tour, you've seen how Edinburgh is a city that balances deep-rooted history with vibrant modern life. It's a place where traditions are celebrated with fire and music, where stories are treasured and passed down, and where every street corner offers something surprising. Whether you're fascinated by medieval legends, enchanted by natural beauty, or curious about local food and hidden corners, Edinburgh invites you to explore in your own way. If this aerial experience gave you a better sense of what Edinburgh has to offer, I hope it also inspired you to dig deeper. Beyond the well-known attractions, it's the little moments that make the city unforgettable. Watching the mist rise over the meadows at sunrise. Sipping coffee in a quiet cafe tucked down an alley. Listening to street musicians fill the air with Scottish folk music. Edinburgh isn't just a destination. It's a feeling. Now, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more cities from above, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribing to this channel means you'll be the first to catch new aerial tours as they drop. From ancient capitals to modern metropolises, I'll be bringing you the world from a new perspective. Let me know in the comments which city you'd love to see next. Or, if you've been to Edinburgh yourself, share your favorite memory or place. I read every comment and love hearing your travel stories. This channel is more than just views from the sky. It's a global community of curious travelers, dreamers, and explorers. If you found any tips in this video helpful, whether it was the free museums, the walking trails, or where to find the best street food, go ahead and share this video with a friend or anyone planning a trip to Scotland. The more people this reaches, the more we can grow together and create even better content for future adventures. Also, a quick thank you to everyone who has supported this channel, either by watching, commenting, or sharing. Your support helps keep this project alive and growing. It also helps open doors for future collaborations, sponsorships, and on-the-ground filming opportunities in even more destinations. So until next time, wherever you are in the world, keep your eyes open, your heart curious, and your passport ready. This was Edinburgh from above. Thank you for flying along. See you in the next city.